Ohio, and essentially stopped modeling. "You aren't sure?" Esme sounded confused. Kimber couldn't really blame her. She was confused by her behavior as well. She'd always been assertive and direct, sometimes to a fault. When she was a teenager, she'd been proud of herself, feeling like a real New Yorker. Over the last year, she'd changed a bit, though. She was more patient, more subdued, hesitant. Peter's constant notes and gifts had made her uncomfortable. His sudden appearance at one of her modeling shoots had freaked her out. About to call the police, she'd touched base with Brett. He'd been upset on her behalf and told her to relax because he was going to take care of Peter. But then she'd discovered that he'd never done a thing. "I don't really think about Peter anymore," she lied, focusing back on their conversation. "He's in my past." "Oh, well, that's good," Esme said. "It's probably healthier, huh?" "It is. I feel better. I mean, all of me feels healthier now." "I still don't understand how you were able to walk away from your whole life, Kimber," Esme said with a new spike of incredulousness in her voice. "Grand Cayman was gorgeous, and the designer gave us all samples. I got the most divine silk chiffon gown in Spearmint. You would have loved it." Kimber barely refrained from rolling her eyes. That was how she used to talk, too. She used to be amazing at describing items of clothing in a way no one who didn't work in the fashion business would even think about. "I bet." Esme paused, obviously waiting for some more envy-laced comments or another couple of questions. When Kimber remained silent, she added, "You would have had a ball." "It does sound like a good time," she murmured, because modeling bathing suits on a beautiful tropical island had once been her dream job. She'd loved the beach and the downtime and the gorgeous clothes and samples that she'd been given. "I would have loved those days on the beach, if I wasn't retired." Esme cleared her throat. "You didn't have to be, Kim. We were all talking about you. John Creek swore that you could have gone another 5 years. John Creek was one of the top photographers in the business. For him to say such a thing was a compliment, and very generous. Kimber guessed it was maybe too generous. She might have had 3 more years of modeling, and that would have been stretching it. She could have gone for a while longer, if she'd been willing to continue the same grueling pace. That was, she would have had a ball modeling bathing suits and ball gowns for high-end fashion magazines, while getting paid an obscene amount of money to pose on the beach on a Caribbean island. All she would have had to do was stay hungry, swallow her pride, and pretend that nothing else mattered to her, except being photogenic and having a hefty savings account. But that was the thing. For the last year, none of that really seemed to matter anymore. Or maybe it never had. Feeling drained, Kimber said, "Esme, it's been nice talking to you, but I've got to go." "How come? What are you doing these days?" She was currently doing a lot of nothing, except for her new volunteer gig at the elementary school library. "I'm still getting my bearings, though I have been volunteering lately." "That's it?" "Hey, don't knock it. Doing nothing feels pretty good." Before Esme could reflect on that, Kimber softened her voice. "I am real glad you called, Ezzy. You didn't have to think of me. I appreciate it." "We're friends, right?" She felt terrible. "Right, we are friends. I'll call you next time." "I hope you will. Oh, door's ringing. I've got to go. Bye." "Bye," Kimber replied, though the line was already dead. After swiping the screen a couple of times to check that she didn't have any messages or emails, Kimber set the phone down. If the last phone call hadn't done it, the lack of anything would have cemented the state of her life. She was currently doing next to nothing with her life. She thought it would feel a lot better than it did. "Everyone, let's say a big coyote hello to Miss Klein and tell her thank you for being our reading volunteer today." Kimber smiled, then tried not to step backward as the group of 9-year-olds howled at her. Someone needed to tell them to tone it down a notch. When the librarian looked her way expectantly, Kimber said, "I don't have to howl back, do I?" "Absolutely."